Come on! Come on! The last thing I want to do right now is go to the gym and do fucking legs. I had a day off yesterday because I finished work at like fucking 7 o'clock and I was dying. There's no way I was going to the gym. I didn't eat very well either. I had one of those judgment call days where it's just, I didn't sleep well the night before. I didn't eat much. Well, I didn't eat enough running up to a big fucking leg day. So then I had to smash down loads of food from 7 o'clock until like 10 to try and meet my fucking macros. Mate! And I don't want to go today either. Fuck! I don't want to go. I really don't. But there's no way I can miss 2 days in a row. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Oh, man. But Sam Sulek says, you're not going to have a perfect session every single time. But I always feel a little bit like this when I'm a bit tired. And then once you get in there, you're fine. It's okay. Drink a Red Bull. Bit of pre-workout. Get under that bar. Do some deadlifts. Yeah. I'm going to do some deadlifts. Mate, I saw the other day, wound me up, because I've had this argument with loads of people. A lot of people, what are you doing? Fucking hell, it's a green light. Loads of people seem to think that deadlifts is predominantly a back exercise. The fuck? What are you on about? It's a hip thrust, a standing hip thrust. It's not a fucking back exercise. Of course it hits your back, obviously it does. It smashes your rector spinae, your lats, your traps, of course it does. But it is, the main muscles that are being worked are your hamstrings and your arse. Those are the main muscles. So it's perfectly fine, normal to have deadlifts on a leg day. A bit brutal doing deadlifts and squats in the same session. I don't know how people do that. I can't fucking do that. Because when I do deadlifts, I do deadlifts. You know what I mean? I do deadlifts. I smash it. I don't fuck about. And I do the same with squats. When I squat, I'm leg shaking and feeling sick afterwards. I can't do two different separate exercises like that. Are you mad? The fuck? I'll pass out. I saw the Trent twins doing that. Fair play to them. Fair play. Deadlifts and squats in the same session. Wow. That's impressive. I'll give them that. Because they obviously smash the gym. They're not fucking going in there and giving half-ass workouts. So yeah, deadlifts today. I'll get a few videos of the deadlifts. I think we'll start with deads and then we'll go on to, depending on how my back's feeling, because my back is a little bit dodgy at the moment. Then I'll go into straight leg deadlifts just to isolate. I'm not going to go heavy on that. Deadlifts is the heavy thing. So reasonably heavy. I'm going to work within an 8 to 10 rep range. So it's going to be reasonably heavy, 140s or so. 140, maybe 160. See how I feel, see how my back is. And then we'll go and do some leg curls, hamstring leg curls. And then we're going to do we're not going to smash much quads today. Quads is just going to be leg extensions, but I'll just do like 8 sets or 6 to 8 sets, something like that, just to make sure that I hit them enough. And then we will go and get, fucking prick, get out of the way, you div. And then we will, after that we'll do some abductors and some adductors. So yeah, and then we'll do the normal calves, and then that'll be about it. Should have taken that space. The space is fucking tiny. Right, we're here, folks. Wish me luck, because I feel sick. Legs, smash it, yeah. And smash it, we fucking did. So I'd already obviously done a load of warm-ups up until now. I can't really see what's on the end there. I think that's 120. Is that 200? Yeah, 200 or maybe 220. I can't see the small ones. I need to bring this out a little bit. I'm not doing too many reps on the way up. I need to warm up maybe 4 reps. I'm always trying to focus on making sure as soon as my body moves, the bar moves, because I used to have a problem with my bum coming up and then my back being parallel to the floor, which was putting a lot of stress on my lower back and the whole back, and it's bad form. But here we go. This is a PR for me right here. This is 280 smackaroos. This is not a small weight, for me especially. Watching these videos though, I used to think I had a reasonably wide-ish stance. Not I don't do stupid sumo, but well, not stupid. I mean, everyone's different. But looking back on these videos, it's actually a pretty narrow stance for someone who's reasonably. It's not that far off hip width. Right, so this is 280 key PR attempt. Real bend of the back, but we got it. Just about. Wasn't pretty, but we got it up. And as you will see in a second, I pushed it. So I was actually pretty dizzy after this. I pushed that hard. I mean, I went up 10 kilos, but look, it made me pop some fucking spots on my. Well, it popped a spot on my shoulder, or 2 spots on my shoulder, and then my skin was just bleeding from my chest. I've never had that before. But I put some serious effort into that. That was a big push. And then we move on to some RDLs. I never know the difference, if I'm perfectly honest. Everyone seems to have a completely different view of what a straight leg deadlift is and a RDL. Because a straight leg deadlift, your legs aren't locked out, which, anyway, I don't really care. So this is a straight leg or RDL. I just call them straight legs. To follow. Those are 25 plates, so what do we got here? 120, 140. Obviously, I've done a few warm-ups before this, but my back starts to suffer with this sort of thing. When I do 2 or 3 hamstring exercises or something where you're bending over like this, my back starts to fucking hurt. I think I've got a bit of imbalance in my hip. It's nothing I can do about that. Well, there is a little bit, but it's a lot of effort, and I don't really care that much. So yeah. I'd call that probably my first or second working set. I'd probably say 120 was my first working set, but I did one on 100, 120, 140. One on 60, one on 100, one on 120, then 140, then 160. So I'm going up in basically 20s apart from the 60 kg one. And then we went up to 160. After that heavy deadlift, I'm reasonably surprised I did this. But it wasn't many reps on the deadlift, so I wasn't tired. It was just, and to be fair, after you deadlift 280 kilo, things like this, 160 feels seriously light. And it's a nice feeling. Not sure how many I got out here. I've got to be getting 8, surely. Reasonable form. It's not too bad. My back splits a little bit, but I don't bend like most people. So for me when I'm doing it, that feels pretty straight. But when I look at back, my bum is kind of rounded. My lower back, my coccyx area is kind of rounded off. But to be honest, it's the best I can do. And I don't care too much about having incredible form, as long as I can feel the mind-muscle connection. That is the main thing. And we're not powerlifting or anything like that. Yeah, not bad, decent. I'm a big fan of an RDL. They are very useful. Now, what are we on to next? with these sessions, because I do them all the time, and most of the time they're exactly the same. I mean, you guys, you know that I'm doing leg extensions, leg curls, and calves every leg session. There's just at least every leg session. So I don't see the point in videoing them every single time. But these bad boys, these are good. I do these every single leg session now. I've definitely seen a nice. Oh, that's not bad there. That's what you're looking for. That's the reason why I smash hamstrings. That split between the quad and the hamstring. That's what you're looking for. The hammies are looking pretty good. I've been pretty pleased with my progress on these. I started out struggling to do full stack, maybe sort of 6 reps, and now I'm using my gin pin with an extra 20 kilos. So it's pretty good. And I'm getting full 10 to 12 reps out. Well, 8 to 12. Not bad at all. But I would definitely recommend these. I know people, a bit like myself, I think people kind of think it's a bit of a girly movement, but I've since wisened up. It's a stupid thing to think, because it's nothing. It's not a girly movement. It's a muscle building machine. So, and that's all you care about. That's what we're here to do. Build muscle. These ones I did a couple times in a couple sessions, and I kind of decided that they weren't for me. Don't get me wrong, it's not a terrible machine, and if the parts that it's hitting, which I felt was like the side of my bum, if that's what you want to hit, then that's great, because that's really where I felt it. But these weren't really for me, not for my goals. But yeah, this was basically the last thing I videoed. Obviously we went on to do some leg extensions and some calves, but that's about it, guys.